Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Vicky here and I hope you guys are all okay. If you like this video then please give it a thumbs up, and please give it a thumbs up as well for me continuing my, I would say, good recovery. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, only takes a second, and if you want to know about any more videos that I post, then just click the bell and you will get notified. So as the title says, this is my experience with my gallbladder removal, pre and post-op. So I am almost next Tuesday, it'll be the 12th, next Tuesday of June, I will be 4 weeks post-op. I had my gallbladder removed on the 15th of May. I think then, yeah, 15th of May. So I will go right back to the beginning for you. Thankfully, it's not that long ago. So it shouldn't be like a dead long video, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So it was the beginning of May, like right at the beginning. I think it was either the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. Might have been about the 3rd actually. I started to get stomachache, and this has happened. This was the 4th time it happened in about 2-3 months. So I thought, because I suffer really bad with IBS, I thought, oh yeah, it's probably just some trapped wind or something. I should be alright. So I took some windies and it didn't seem to have been helping. Then I was sat downstairs at first, just watching some telly. Sat pretty comfortably, so it wasn't really bothering me that much. Then I came upstairs, but as soon as I started moving downstairs, the pain just started getting worse. Sorry, my cat's just jumped off my knee. So the pain started getting worse, and I eventually came upstairs, because that's what I've done before in the past. I've just come upstairs because my bedroom for some reason is a bit like my safety zone, and whenever I'm not feeling right, I just want to be in my bedroom. So I came upstairs to the bedroom and I was walking around. I didn't sit down this time. I was like walking around, and it was like a really bad sharp stabbing pain that went through underneath my breast and my ribs on the right hand side. It went over to my left hand side slightly, but more to my right, and then parallel to where I could feel at the front, I could feel at the back, and all up into my shoulder and going up a little bit into my neck as well. So this time around, this was the 4th attack that I had. At the time I didn't know it was a gallbladder attack, but it was like really painful. Normally I'm not too bad with pain, but this pain I was getting, it was really bad. The time before I had it, I was effing and jeffing, and that was extremely painful, but this was worse. This was to the point where I actually felt like I was going to be sick. Not just feeling nauseous, but I felt like it was gonna come up. Me with sick don't mix because I get very anxious about it. I can't even see it. I can't watch it on telly. I can't listen to people talk about it. It knocks my stomach. So if anyone is ever ill, like wise, just don't mention anything to me, because I really hate turns my stomach and yeah. So I said to my husband, quick, pass me the bucket. So he gave me the bucket, I put it in between my knees, and at this point my body was shaking like crazy. I've never experienced that before, even when I'm trying to think when it was now, when I got rushed in with my eldest daughter, when I had to have an emergency cesarean, I didn't go through like this shaking. So I was saying to him, look, I can't can't do this on my own anymore. I need help. I really need some help. So he then got on to the ambulance people, obviously 999, because we're in the UK. So he got on to them. Then within about 20 minutes they came, but I couldn't have anything to drink because the woman on the phone said it could make the symptoms worse. So I just had to stick my tongue out, stick the bottle on my tongue, just sort of wet my mouth and then spit it out, so I wasn't swallowing it, so I had like just water and saliva all down my front. Very glamorous. So then they came and, what did I say now? Sorry, I'm yawning. They said that they think it was my gallbladder as well. They don't think it was anything else, but they thought it was my gallbladder. So they took me to the hospital, and I went into the triage bit, got booked in, then went into a like little side cubicle. So they left me there for a while. And I couldn't sit back, so I was gripping hold of like the bars either side, just like yanking myself forward because I couldn't lean back because it hurt so much. And they came, took blood, then sent them off. Then on the bloods it showed that one of my markers, I'm so that I do this every time I do a video. Then yeah, the bloods came back. One of my infection markers was higher, so they had to give me some antibiotics. And because I hadn't drank anything for a while, and I wasn't going to be able to drink anything for a while, so they basically put me nil by mouth. They then hooked me up to some saline bags and some penicillin and another antibiotic, which I don't think they told me the name of because I would have remembered. Then a little while later, they give me some paracetamol, but because the saline and paracetamol can't be mixed, they had to stop the saline for a while, flush the line. Then they left the fluid off for a bit as well. So I'm starting to get like a little bit thirsty, and I couldn't drink anything because I was nil by mouth. So then after a little while being in A&E, well, I'll say a little while, I think I was in A&E for about 5 hours, being C2 in that lot. Then I went up to the ward, got put on the ward at about 4 o'clock, finally got a bed actually on the ward at about, no, it was 4 o'clock, finally got a bed on the ward at about 5 o'clock. Then I got woke up at 6 o'clock by a woman coming round, waking people up because it was the short stay surgical unit. So then got woken up by that. Then they sent me for a scan and they put the liquid back on as well. So they sent me for a scan, and it turned out I was absolutely riddled with gallstones. So, and I don't remember it. I'm trying to think. It was 2010. Yeah, 2010 September time. The woman doing the ultrasound was saying that I had one done in 2010, and it showed that I had loads of gallstones then as well. But I don't remember that. But it was when I got admitted, and I remember being admitted, but the events of that is very blurry. So much was going on then. So sorry, excuse me, I am using my phone and it's all going off. So yeah, so I had the scan done. Then I went back to the ward. The doctor then came in to see me, and she said, right, I've got 2 options. I can either live on a fat-free diet and not, obviously not have any fat in my diet, or I could have the gallbladder removed. And I said, is there any chance of just removing the stones? And she said no. So I was thinking about it. She was in there and I was sort of thinking about it, and I thought I could do the fat-free diet, that's fine. But it's if I get any more attacks like this, I don't want to keep being rushed to hospital because I've got 2 disabled girls. I am a sole carer for one of them. My husband's a sole carer for the other. And I can't keep getting rushed in because it's upsetting them. They were so upset because I was there just before they went to bed, and then they woke up in the morning and I wasn't there. So that threw my eldest daughter off. They're both autistic as well, so that threw my eldest daughter off. My youngest doesn't really understand because she's 6, but her mental age is 3. So I said to the doctor, I said, right, well, I'm choosing this one because I'm thinking of my girls, because in the long run, it's going to be better for my girls, and I know there's so many complications with having it taken out, like side effects, than having it in. But I was thinking to myself, just having these attacks, because I've been reading that apparently the attacks can last for days on end, and I thought, I can't be doing this, because if I'm getting a gallbladder attack and I've got a hospital appointment for my girls and I can't go, that would kill me, and that would hurt me even more, because I prefer to be in the appointments than be stuck at home. So I said to the doctor, right, I'm gonna have it removed. So then she started going through all the complications again. So I'm just like, I'm aware of that, but I'm gonna take my chances. And stuff like that can be helped, whereas what's happening now at the minute, it's all so sporadic. We don't know when the attack will happen, if another attack will ever happen, if stones get stuck in my bile duct, that can cause even more complications like jaundice and infections and stuff like that, which will land me back in hospital again. So I said, right, I'll have it out. So she said, right, okay, I'll get you booked in. I'll put you on the waiting list. She didn't really say how long the waiting list was. But, I'm sorry. Here in the UK, they can be anywhere between 6 to 12, maybe even 18 weeks, depending on what type of operation you're having done. So I then go home a little later on. Don't give me any pain relief or anything, because I'm on cocodamol anyway at home. So she just said, right, well, for now, up until you have it done, try and have a fat-free diet. So I did. For about a week, I was living off toast, crumpets, vegetables, just plain vegetables with a bit of salt. Like the stuff that you can get in the bags that you just steam in the microwave. I was having that because it this small portion, so I didn't want to overgorge myself. And also salad. That's all I was having, and basically nothing else. So it's now so I got sent home on Friday. It's now the Thursday after, so about a week later. Coming out of Tesco, get a phone call. We've had a cancellation. Do you want to have your operation next Tuesday? So I'm just like, ooh, okay. Yes, please. So they then get me booked in for that Tuesday. So I'm like, yes, I'm finally having it out. So every day I'm counting down the days and minutes up until I get it like taken out. So it was like the surgery was running all day. So I just had to be there like first thing in the morning, and obviously if it was later on in the afternoon, they'd give me like a little bit of water to drink. But no food after midnight and no fluid after 6 AM. So I had to take all my tablets at about 5 o'clock. and try and get in quite a bit of water before 6 o'clock, just so I didn't like start getting like cotton mouth and be sat there and just like, need a drink. So it then comes to operation day. This is where the fun begins. So I get there, I sit down in a waiting area with a bunch of other people, because obviously it's a day case unit, so numerous people there having different operations. So I get there, I sit down, get booked in. A couple of you get like called in because nurses come out and they gather like a group of them. So she then calls my name with a group of women. She then takes us to part of the ward where we're going to be waiting. So we then sat around waiting, and I was second on the list. And when it was coming close to the woman to go down first, because she was diabetic, they said, oh no, sorry, they're taking someone else in first. So that was a big hoo-ha. So long story short, she goes down. She's down there for quite a while. Then they call me at, I think it's 11:45. No, sorry. It was about midday when they call me. So I went down, and they take you down to another little mini ward before you actually go in to have your surgery done. So I go into the little mini ward, and I'm sat there waiting for about 45 minutes. Normally, they don't have you waiting in there that long. It's normally take you down, you sit down, they just go over your details, get you hooked up to some things, stick you on your bed. Then they then wheel you round. So it's literally only about a 15-minute job. Well, between 5 and 15 minutes, just depending on how busy they are. But they walked in there, they literally had about 1, 2, 3 beds in there, and normally you get about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, normally about 7 beds, and they're 3. So they wheeled mine off and stuck it into the anaesthesia room. So I was then sat there on this chair in the middle of like this floor area. So it looks like someone's just given me a chair, plonked it down and said, right, sit down in the middle of a room. So I'm sat there and I'm waiting. I've got my elephant teddy with me. I'm playing with my elephant teddy. And then one of the nurses at work in that ward is then talking to me. Just asking me about the operation and like who am I going home with. So I was saying like husband's picking me up and I've got girls at home. So then she was asking me about my girls, so we got chit-chatting. Then the nurse comes back in. I think it's one of the anaesthesiologists. She comes back in, and then she wheels me off walks me to the room, to the anaesthesia room. And then this is where it gets like very fast-paced. Normally I'm in the ward bit going into, because I've had numerous operations, and normally in the ward bit, then I go to the anaesthesia room, and when I get to the anaesthesia room, they normally sort of like doing different bits and sorting like stuff out. But I literally got in there, jumped on the bed, they stuck the cannula in, then one of the anaesthesiologists just said to me, right, you're going to feel a bit merry now, a bit like you've had a few too many Prosecco. So I'm just like, oh no, don't say that to me because I don't drink. And then I just see this mask coming. Next thing I know, I'm waking up in recovery room, just like calling my name, like, Vicky, wake up, wake up. So then I don't really remember anything. I don't know if I opened my eyes properly or not. So they were like giving me my elephant. Because I could feel them like trying to put my elephant in my hands, and I can hear my husband on the landing whilst I'm filming this video. So they then give me my elephant in my hands, and all I hear was, Vicky, you've got a drain. So I'm just like, what the hell? And then I sort of started falling back asleep, but I didn't really register it properly. So then I woke up and I was back on the day case ward where I was before I got taken down to the other ward. And I'm like, lay there, and as soon as I open my eyes, I'm like, oh my god, I need a wee. And then I'm just like asking the nurse, can I have my phone? Because as soon as I wake up, I'm like, I want my phone because obviously I want to get in touch with my husband. So she's then rooting around for my phone. She gives me my phone, but as she gives me my phone, I'm like going off again. And then waking up, and I've got like an oxygen mask on my face as well. So I'm then like sort of putting my hand there, and I'm just like, feel something. And then the nurse was then saying, oh yeah, you've got a drain. So I'm just like, a drain? So she's like, yeah, you've got like a tube going into your stomach, a drain. So I'm just like, oh my god, what the hell? That freaked me out. So then, and then rubbing my eyes as well, and then I've got like gritty stuff in my eyes. I don't know what on earth it is, but I've got like grit stuff in my eyes, and it's really hurting my eyes. So they give me some saline stuff and like a massive pee pad that they put on the bed. So I'm like, got my head over there, I'm squirting this into my eyes, trying to get it out, but it's not working. So then my husband comes, and I'm saying to the nurse, I said to her that I really need a wee. So she's like, do you want to try and go to the toilet, or sorry, do you want a bedpan, or do you want the commode? So I said, can I have the commode please? So she's like, yeah, okay, I'll go and get it. So then she tundles off, and then she comes back, and she's doing other things. Obviously some time's gone by because I've been messing with my eyes. My husband's been there and been talking and stuff like that. And then she goes off, and then she looks at me, and then she goes, oh yeah, I'll go and get you the commode now. So I'm like, oh, thank God for that. So then she tundles off, then she comes back, and she's then messing around doing other things again. So I'm just thinking to myself, I'm gonna pee myself here right now. Then she goes off again, and then she comes back, and then she sticks a commode like behind the curtain, and she comes over, and then whilst I'm out of it, they put another cannula in my arm as well. So she's trying to take the bandage and everything off, which is killing. I just said, I'm sorry, but can you leave it? Because I'm really going to wee myself. So she said, yeah, that's fine. So she just unhooks it, so I'm not hooked up to anything. She gets me off the bed. I literally sat on that bed, sat on that commode at the right time, because as soon as I sat down, it just came out. And I thought to myself, if I'd been hanging on even just a couple of more seconds, oh my lord, I would have peed myself. And I didn't fancy doing that. I tried to keep some of my dignity. So, oh yeah, and I had like these so beautiful paper knickers to wear as well, because I didn't want to get mine all yuck as well. Because I thought I like my knickers. So as soon as I'd done that, she left me on there for probably about 10 minutes or something. So after that, I then get back on the bed, and then because I've got the drain in, they're then having to keep me in. So they kept me in 2 nights, so the operation night and another night. And then they were coming around every 2 hours, checking my blood pressure, checking my temperature, my oxygen levels. And because of where they done the operation, it was hard to take a deep breath, because they do something to your diaphragm, I think, and obviously you've got your stitches, you've got your sores. So then the next day the doctor comes round that did the operation. So she's like, has anyone explained to you why you've got the drain? So I said, no. So she said, well, when we got in there, I remember, because I asked her about having the gallstones or seen them. So she said, right, well, when we got in there and we was doing the procedure, your gallbladder exploded and your stones went everywhere. And she said you had thousands of tiny stones. And I'm like, thousands? Like, thinking she was exaggerating. And the other doctor was there as well that was in with her, and he went, oh no, she's not exaggerating, it was thousands. So she was saying that an operation that really should take about 90 minutes took them about 4 hours, because they had to clean me out, because with your gallbladder you've also got stones, your bile, any fatty residue or whatever that's in there, so not good stuff, so like all toxins and that lot. So they spent hours cleaning me out, and this is why I had to have to drain to try and get out the excess fluid. So I'm just like, okay then. At this point, my mind just, I wasn't absorbing it properly. I was just a bit like, okay, don't really know what to do with that information, but you know. So it then comes like getting up and out of bed and that lot. I swear to God, I could feel that drain inside of me. I could feel it. It felt like it was scratching against other organs. It was so uncomfortable. This sort of stuff that happened to me, I wouldn't recommend it to my worst enemy. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't want anyone to go through what I've been through. And obviously I know there are people out there that have gone through worse. But for this, I mean, I've been through emergency cesareans and that, but that didn't freak me out or anything as much as what this did. So I think it's because with your gallbladder, if you have it removed, obviously you're taking away part of your digestive system. So I think that was sort of freaking me out a bit. So then the next day comes and he said, right, I can go home and have my drain taken out. Oh my God, that was another issue. So just trying to get the bandage off where the drain was painful enough. So after about, it must have been me trying to pull it off for about half an hour. So then you had to get this spray to then help get it all off. And then I don't even know why I was doing this, but I wasn't even letting them go near it to try and sort it out. So they then had to cut this stitch that was keeping it in place. Then they had to pull the drain out, and as they were pulling it out, Daniel said it was long. I thought it was going to be maybe only about 30-40 centimetres, but it must have been so much longer than that, because I literally could feel every single inch of it, and I felt him pull it about 2 times or 3 times or something. So then they finally got it out, cleaned it, and then put a bandage over it, and then me, because it was all over and done with, that was it, just the floodgates opened, and I was an absolute mess. But that they didn't stitch up or anything, they just left it to heal up, and it's all healed up nicely now, and yeah, it's been a bit rough, but I'm sort of glad I've had it out, because now I don't have to worry about having any more attacks or anything like that. So I'm happy about that anyway. But in no way, shape or form am I a doctor or anything like that. But if you have any questions about gallbladder related stuff, just leave it in the comments below, and I will do my best to try and answer them, because obviously I've had to deal with quite a lot. So yeah, but if you do have any issues with your gallbladder, please go and see your doctor, because it can cause so many problems and people don't realise it. Well guys, I'm going to leave it there, because this video's long enough now, and I hope to make another video soon. I hope to hear from you guys, and I will see you later. Bye.